What's up, guys? It's Black and back with some more RA content, and we are back once again with Sir playing as Germany. We are on the fantastical map that is Fairyland from Lad, and that is important because our opponent is going to be Goremented, playing in pink as Germany as well. Goremented was one hell of a player back in the day, and he just kind of shows up and plays ladder games occasionally. I don't think he is super competitive anymore, so I'm not sure what we're going to get out of these games. See when this guy shows up. This map is Fairyland from Lad, which is a kind of old map. I feel like got like a weird 4-mine start, old deck here in the middle, double mine and double mine expansion, and it is like very small. Kind of see how small it is. That's how kind of dated it is, as this map is probably going to be over relatively quick, just depending on where these guys want to go. Got like this little weird river terrain feature that kind of like makes it so expanding this way is a little bit slower, so you can easily get cut off from there. Both these guys killing these oil barrels around these oil derricks. Looks like Sir is not having an engineer first. Goremented does have that engineer. I assume this is an engineer for Sir. Yes, it is. So it's got one scout here and one scout here, so he's not going to get sniped by anything so quickly. Looks like both these guys into Germany, so we're going to have an allied near there as well. Two dogs would always be pretty good on this map. I mean, there's only the one oil derrick, so, you know, taking an early advantage with a dog is always a great idea. Goremented's just going to run his engineer into the wild right there and has a medic or two on standby for those soldiers, but it looks like so far Sir's just going to, you know, kind of casually take his own oil derrick. Don't expect a whole lot of early game harass going on. Both these guys doing double ref. Looks like pretty much equal on the build times as well. So this engineer cap finally getting that, but I mean, it shouldn't make that much of a difference. Only real difference there was just going engineer first versus going rifles first. Will this rifle get this engineer? I don't think it will. Just depends on if this engineer wants to randomly run all the way up here, because it does do that sometimes with the weird pathing with these long paths like that. And yep, still got both these war factors out at the same time. Just gonna watch this engineer as he maybe will get by this tree that is conveniently colored red. Yeah, he's definitely gonna sneak by right there, just outside that rifle vision, and of course another rifle coming to scout is going to miss it as well. So this could be a big engineer in the late game. Kind of doubt it, but Sir is starting to pump out a bunch of rifles. No rockets just yet. War Factory is just now down. Same thing for Gore up here. It's up to two harvesters. I imagine both these guys are going harvest first. No, Gore is going with the ranger first. That's a little bit interesting. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, you can start scouting as these rockets come out. Maybe pick off these rockets from Sir if they were there, but instead he has a bunch more rifles coming out, so this ranger probably not going to do too much. Both these guys actually scouting quite a bit with these rifles, so just heading one to the oil field, or field rather than oil field. There we go. This ranger does see that indeed Sir has captured that, and that probably is his first cue that he's actually playing against another allies player. Gonna get a rifle for free, because why not, and get out of dodge. Sees the little army there and runs away. These two rangers are going to chase each other. Can actually lead Sir's rangers right into his own troops, and that looks like exactly what he was trying to do. Unfortunately, that one rifle just kind of getting in the way there, luring that ranger to another place, but he's going to drive into the base here, take a little bit of damage, but should get out just fine. Send it back to an SD right after this. SD is coming out for Gore, which is pretty great timing. Get that MCV going. Sir's already got his MCV going. Ooh, that ranger is actually very low right now. Is it going to get caught? It might. It does. Ooh, that is actually a big loss, losing that ranger for basically free. That is one less scout vehicle to have. And I mean, you don't really need a whole lot of scouting on this when you kind of know where your opponent's army is going to be. There's only really a few spots that it could be, and controlling this middle is going to be very important on this map. Looks like Gore is going to move out here in the middle a little bit. I think his army value is just slightly ahead, especially with that loss of the ranger. You can see 700, 100. 5 harvesters out for Sir, and 5 harvesters out for Gore. So both these players pretty much playing on match. This ranger is prepared up from that SD as well. This is going to be a nice little scout over here. It's good to see that there is an army coming. Unfortunately, one's right into the medics. Is he going to be able to kill this oil derrick in time? It's going to be pretty close. But with that, oh, he decides to run away. I think that is an interesting move because there is oil derrick advantage with the vision right there. He does have the ranger as well, so it's going to be kind of negated, but you know, there he goes. Pulls some rockets in there as well. Sir is going to rally up all of his stuff over here. Meanwhile, Gore is... Ooh, that's a bad W select right there. This is going to be brutal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rockets going down for free. That is actually a huge loss right there. That's basically all of his second, like, component of rockets. And now he's going to lose a bunch of his army because of that medium tank. If Sir sends this back, this will be fantastic play right here. Definitely going to catch it. And it gets the Ranger too. No, yes. Yes, no. Barely is going to get out of there. That is an... That cuts Gore's lead basically in half. Ooh, and we do have a base push scenario over here. Do either of these players see each other? Yes, yet. He sees the barracks there. Does Gore see Sir? No, he does not. I don't know if he can do this. There is a pillbox coming, so this will be very interesting. Those extra like, dead rockets are going to make a huge difference right here. Pillbox coming down here in the bottom. That's where a lot of stuff is. MCV getting undeployed. You know, I think Sir's actually going to lose this engagement. He's got the better concave, but Gore has a lot of reinforcements, and another pillbox is probably going to come down right here. Placed right next to these pillbox, and yes, this is going to be a brutal swing again. Oh, and Gore sending that MCV, that medium tank back, rather. Got to be a little careful here. He's going to have to deal with his own pillboxes. But we're having a major base trade right now as well. I'd love to see some mechanics maybe try to capture the swinging husk. That could be pretty big. But as it is, it's like these players even up once again. So I think it's whoever decides to split off a little bit is going to have a better chance here. This barracks a little bit low for Gore too. Probably needs to be repaired. Does he have a ref down here? He does. Does not transfer to any of his harvesters yet. That's actually important. Sir definitely has. So he's going to have economic advantage there. In just a second, you can see that he is indeed out of cash. Oh, and that turret is getting shot on by Sir's turret. Unfortunately, is going to go down. Sir is starting to wrestle away this position. Gore's going to have to make a big decision in here. Does he want to stay and fight, or does he want to go up here? Moving his maintenance would be dangerous. He does still retain that Ranger. And is this Ranger going to miss these medium tanks? I think it is indeed going to miss those. That is unfortunate. That could be a huge swing right here. That is a lot of medium tanks to send away on an attack, though. But it is... Oh, he's going to get so lucky this MCV goes to the bottom. If it goes to the top, that would probably be game. Gore going to push in a little bit, take a barracks or two. Sir is just kind of waiting in the back. You know, I like this. No reason to get it in top. Make sure he can take the angle that he wants. The medium tanks did get by a little bit. That MCV did get safely out. Yeah, Sir just, you know, keep making the perfect concave and then can wait for these tanks to be out of position. I think that'll be a great position to do this. But man, these tanks are going to be brutal. There is only 2 tanks in there. Gore finally transferring his harvesters as well, and Sir has his established in the back as well. In fact, he's rotating all of his tanks away. Now the tanks are coming in. Already got a harvester right here. There's not much for them to contend with other than a single medium tank, which will definitely die to 4 medium tanks. But Gore is going to be able to push over here. Sir just kind of abandoning this position a little bit. That's kind of scary. He's only got 2 turrets there. You know, some pillboxes would be nice as well. Oh, but here we go. And then Gore has a really nice concave right here. Sir, I don't think was quite prepared for this attack. But it looks like he's going to have some more armor left. It's actually going to help him survive just a little bit, but Gore is going to take that engagement. 4 medium tanks sitting in the back. There's a lot of juicy harvesters over here, though. That one rifle finally getting crushed just in time for the medium tanks to show up. This could be absolutely brutal for Gore. He has the army advantage, and he had a little bit of an advantage there with 3k, but he's going to lose so much eco right here in just a second if he does not pull these harvesters away. It looks like he is not focused on this. He is focused somewhere else. 1 harvester already down. The harvesters are going to try to run away. These medium tanks are the same speed. This is going to be very, very hard. Probably going to lose at least 1 more harvester, I think. That should be it. These harvesters are going to transfer all the way over. 1 rifle and 1 rocket, not enough right there. No, he actually probably is going to lose another harvester, I think. Oh, but a mechanic already coming out. That is great. See multiple mechanics coming out. He's got to wait to get into those husks. That was a little presumptuous there, getting that mechanic in. Oh, he does kill one of the husks, but he is going to lose more medium tanks. Harvester is getting repaired by the mechanic, which is kind of crazy. Now he can go in and claim those husks, and that would be a fantastic decision there. Meanwhile, Gore does counterattack up here on the top, and there is some artillery from Sir, but his radar is kind of exposed. I think Gore does not want to take this fight, not with 2 nestled artillery like that. But he's going to try to take it anyway. I'm not sure if Sir is going to be able to do the damage he really needs right here. He's losing quite a lot of assets. Artillery finally getting some good shots in. I be happy there. Oh, army value is actually pretty close. Sword value is pretty close, and now Gore is running again some more. I'm not sure how Gore is pulling this off, but he is somehow pulling it off. I think like his eco is in a weird position, getting these harvesters back down here. It looks like just one. And this harvester is getting some dead harvester ore, which is quite interesting. Oh no, sir, that SV is very, very close. Oh, those artillery are going to be so good. Getting right on those rockets. Oh, and a pillbox come in, and I think Sir is taking a dominant position now. Some medium takes going for the crush, and I feel like some of the artillery got some friendly fire splash in there. But Gore is in a very rough position. He does have both his ore. Feels pretty well secured. This one's a little bit vulnerable to flanks. His harvester is still going back for that ore, which kind of sucks for him. That's definitely slowing down his eco. He's got enough extra cash. He's fine. His army value is pretty plummeted, but somehow Sir is not that big on an army as well. Maybe just his eco probably was being a little bit of a nuisance there. 4 artillery nestled into this base is going to be pretty annoying. Gore is definitely going to lose that, and that must be a Tanya from Sir, because I don't even think Gore is on tier 2 just yet. So no air to deal with. Tanya is going to be a little bit of a problem for Gore. Maybe he can transition sometime soon. He is 22 seconds away from a radar, which means he's at least a minute away from the Blackhawk, and probably a minute and a half away from his own tier 3. That is a lot of time for Sir to make a decision on what he wants to do. MCV is going to get forced to pack away. No air for himself, so these artillery are just going to shoot into the blind for a long, long time. There is a helicopter coming out that will help him clear out what's left of that base. Tier 2 is out for Gore. Does he have a helipad coming up? He's going to need one to deal with that Tanya. Ooh, and some light tanks getting called in here. Interesting choice. Just trying to maybe kill the artillery. But there is a lot of support there for Sir. I don't think he can quite deal with these artillery. Looks like they might be on an assault move as well. Killing that old Derek, always a good idea. Helipad does come out for Gore as well. Light tank is gonna try to move in, but again, there is a plethora of rockets that light tank will not get anywhere close. There's also a Blackhawk that is providing great scouting vision. Gore's own Blackhawk is coming out. Tanya is still chilling in the back here. Would love to see some medics on here. But I think Gore is now in a very precarious position. He's got one MC alone over here. As soon as these defenses fall, this army can push in. All of his army is centered here on this main base, which is conveniently right across from Tanya. So if Tanya lives, that will be very unfortunate for Gore. He'll probably just end up losing this game. Now this MCV is under threat right now. Rockets are going to take a few losses, but now this MCV has to get out of dodge. This Blackhawk could be used. Oh, no. Oh, the light tanks and stuff come in. In fact, Gore is sending all of his army just to send this MCV. And that is exactly when Sir decides to go on the backside. AA bomb coming out. AA bomb. Atom bomb coming out. That's quite crazy. Blackhawk still has some ammo. You can do it. Kill the MCV. I think Sir is a little bit focused elsewhere. Blackhawk actually runs away. Oh, a spy Tanya. That's quite interesting. Just kind of making... kind of at a loss for words there. Trying to, you know, change up those targets. Gore is going to come down here, but I mean, there's not a whole lot. In fact, there is still 3 artilleries that are in great position. And this base and top is going to go down. I think Gore is going to lose this game. These artilleries are going to have a field day in just a second here. Sir is even running away his MCV. Satellite goes off too, so he knows exactly where this army is. MCV does go down to a bunch of light tanks, but I think this is pretty much it. Gore does not have anything to deal with this army up here. His army is completely out of position. I feel like Sir has more than enough to deal with this army pushing in right now. Tanya is still here leading the charge, barely even damaged. Not even a single infantry for her to kill. She's just running around with her 2 pistols. Sir playing this very carefully, not wanting to get this army lost. I don't think he realizes how big of an advantage he has. Sure, the army values are same, but like Gore is just in a very terrible position. He's got one MC that's constantly on the move. He is down to 1 MCV and basically 4 harvesters. There is 2 down here, but they're basically on a dead patch. Sir's gonna run everything away from the top and then counterattack on the bottom. The classic 1-2 punch. Both these harvesters that were killed before are now going to be killed again. So Harvester going to try to get out of there, but I think this meter tank with that veteran 3 bonus is going to be able to hunt it down. Or just the Blackhawk will get the last kill of it, because why not? Now, what is Goro going to do here? He's going to have one final stand, I believe. Maybe push these MCU to the top, but Sir is already there. I would not be surprised if there's another MCU coming down shortly to claim this bottom left patch. That is a lot of Blackhawks out for Sir as well, so don't see this going well for Gore unless he just finds some real soft angle somehow. Maybe Tanya runs straight into a bunch of tanks, gets crushed. This little flank. Gore's like kind of looking for it, but I think that's going to be more than enough to deal with this. Blackhawk's dealing with a low and medium tank those out there. And MCU thinks better of it. He's going to run away. Gore is going to go for the base trade, but I don't think he has enough here. I think this will definitely kill Gore before he can get there. Unless this MCV somehow gets out of there. That could be his one way back. But now Tanya is going to run into this bottom. She's in great position here as soon as he wants to activate her. Here she goes. Barely dodging the tanks. Gets out of there. Gore's going to try to kill her, but she is just sitting in the back. That's super annoying. And she is in fantastic position there. She's already up to Vegetally 2. Meanwhile, Sir is taking out this base, and Gore throws in the towel. Pretty well played by Sir right there. Did not get a chance to see that A-bomb, but I think that is such a rarity. That is going to be it for Game 1. We'll be back for Game 2 in just a second.
Battle control initialized.
Alright, we are back here for Game 2. Sir, once again, is allies, this time as France. And Gore is going to be Ukraine. I think Gore was actually a better Soviet player back in the day. But who knows what he is nowadays. We are on Shade Drone by Pinkthoth. I don't think I've ever actually seen this map a little bit. Very interesting, like, formation right here. Double mine start with a single mine over, like, a contested, canalized area. Looks like a single oil deck here. 2 ore mines in the side. 1 on this other side here, and a single ore mine in the middle with a lot of sparse ore. Kind of slow down that harvesting. Not too crazy of a map. I feel like feels almost pretty standard. Maybe one more other would probably make it even more standard. Surge is sending a single rifle to guard that engineer. Probably not worried about too much. Although again, a dog would always be a fantastic choice as Soviets. Gore sending much more support for his engineer. Both these guys are gonna get that oil there just fine. And both these guys probably gonna go double ref as well. War Factory first might be a valuable option on this one. Although I'm not sure why Soviets really want to go War Factory first. Not going to get too much value with those flaks, and APC crushes would just be not worth it when those rockets can easily kill him. Let's see if Sir can continue his dominance so far. I think this is 4-0 on Red Alert, and then exact opposite on Combined Arms, what I remember, but it has been a moment since I casted those games. Kind of been casting games in a bunch of like batches, and unfortunately those ones were like the end of the last batch, and this is the start of a new one, so my memory is completely hazy on that subject. Gore running in his engineer back to his base, because what else is he gonna do? I don't think that engineer actually did anything else that game, unfortunately. Did not see it. Sir does have 2 rifle scouts, just in case there's some grenadiers or something, which is always great, and a few just sparsely around. He's gonna send some to the ore patches again. Very like BD-esque, I feel like. Don't feel like these do too much. You probably like, you have to constantly move them. I feel like if you just leave them there, they're only going to see it after the base is there, and you know, you kind of expect your opponent to expand to all available spots that they can eventually. So it's really nice to know before they get there, like which way your opponents can expand, especially on a map like this where it's like, is this more viable or is this more viable? I feel like this is a little bit further away, but it also has this one right next to it, so you kind of just deploy here, take here and here with 1 MC move. Maybe that's worth it. Then you can send this one to a shorter way, and that kind of secures your like map side. Or you could go here first and push here right afterwards and kind of wrestle that away from your opponent. It just depends on how you want to play this map. This map can be split a numerous amount of ways, and I kind of like that. Some map it's very obvious like exactly where you're going to expand to, which is, you know, not necessarily a bad thing, but like then you can just kind of make the map play stale because every way is going to play like that one. This map has some variety in which way you want to expand, which can make it play a little bit differently every time. 2 flaks coming out for Gore. It's a little bit interesting. You don't see this. Is this a 3rd flak? No, it is going to be an MC. So double flak play is really good if your opponent does not have light tanks, which Sir currently does not have light tanks. So these flaks could maybe get some damage in. No medics as well, so well, As soon as I say that, of course, the medic shows up. But, you know, two flaks, I think, can out-heal a medic, or at least kill the medic itself. One of those scouts already going down for certain. Another one going to go down as the plunk, plunk, plunk happens. Is Gore just going to go and try to kill his old deck or something like that? No rockets here, so I would love to see that actually just kind of camp over here. So what's Sir really going to do about it unless he, like, invests in a lot of older light tanks? But as of now, Sir is just going to... Oh, there's some Grenadiers here. Does Sir see this? I think he does. Not sure if that was intentional by Gore or not, but unfortunately those Grenadiers getting spotted and picked off by that Ranger. These flaks barely going to miss the correct way. One of these routing around there. Old Deck does go down for Sir, so goodbye your extra income. I don't think he's too threatened by that at all. MCV is coming out, so he does have to be careful. Doesn't want to send it alone. These two flaks could definitely hunt an MCV. We've seen that more common in like the days of yesteryear. Nowadays, I feel like people are pretty good at protecting the MC. Ranger getting a large chunk of his health drained out there from the two flags. These two flags are going to be very annoying. Getting a rocket for the trouble. Can I see two rockets? I do see two rockets. Oh, get it out of there. Oh. Aw, loses a flak there, but you know what? He killed two rockets and a rifle. So that flak did pay off for itself. Does he have his own MC out just yet? No, he went for double heavy tank first. That is quite an interesting build. He does have a bunch of rifles coming over here. He's very lucky that the Ranger is currently back at base because this would be a nasty little engagement right here. I think Sir might have actually saw just a little bit of that. Oh, this could be so bad for Sir if these rockets go down, and they do go down. Now this mini tank is going to come in. Is it going to be enough for Gore? I'm not sure. He doesn't have any rockets here, and I think that's the problem. This heavy tank was the only thing doing damage to that medium tank. As a result, Gore is going to lose a... Not enough to, like, call this game just yet, but Sir is taking a nice sizable lead right there, which is unfortunate because I think Gore was doing a really nice tactical play. Just needed a few more rockets himself to deal with that medium tank, and I think he would have been absolutely fine. Sir got very lucky. A lot of his rockets were in the very front and instantly got killed by those rifles. Now Gore is pushing over here. He does not have an expansion. He's single MCV in it, which is great for extra armor, but his army value is just not quite enough. Sir is up to 12k, and that 10k from Gore is a little bit of a problem, and Sir is doing the right thing here, just constantly expanding with that one MCV, just grabbing more landmass. I don't think he knows that he's only on one MCV, but I think he is doing the right thing regardless. Gore wants to keep trying to push into the stronghold, and I think Sir's more than happy with that too. You know, taking a little bit of damage from this MCV, but yeah, I don't think Gore wants to deal with this. His tanks are a little bit out of position, and that is a huge army for Sir. Every time this happens, he's just going to lose a little bit more and a little bit more. And now Sir is feeling the time to move. I think he's going to have a great engagement here. He can go pretty much wherever he wants with that one MCV play. Unfortunately, the space is very exposed. This game could be over very... He used to grow about a 2-to-1 ratio right now, and unfortunately for Gore, that is pretty much a game over scenario. This medium tank actually going to lure majority of the army out of the way too, which is always unfortunate when that happens. But Gore is on top of this, moves that Harvester right to the back. Gonna lose his friend, but hey, you know what? If that's all Sir wants to kill it, that's probably a win for Gore, because he could definitely lose a lot more if Sir decides to go in. Mechanics out as well, stealing a heavy tank husk. Ooh, that is brutal, and those tanks are all going to get back to full health. Sir has reached this corner too, so he's on like 3 expansions to Gore's 1. Somehow Gore is actually floating quite a bit though, which is surprising because he's only on what, 4 racks. Sir is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so he's basically on max. He's going to try to move out here, but again, Sir just has the larger army. He can deal with this pretty much anytime he wants to. And there is not a good enough angle for Gore right there. Heavy tanks can go in for the crush, but not get anything. And now the army value is completely desperate. 10-to-1 ratio. Mechanics still clean up those tanks. I think Sir is probably going to call this one quits just to not work out the way he wanted to. And you know, that is RA for you. Sometimes it just does not go the way it should. One last bullet on that heavy tank and it's going to go down. Sir basically has to deal with 2 rockets and a rifle and a heavy tank, and that is all of Gore's forces. Is he going to go in for the main base again? It looks like he is. And unfortunately, those guys on a move command probably not going to fire a single shot. But I think this is the barf move coming right now. There is the GG from Gore, so a little rough there in game 2, but like I said, sometimes that's just how it crumbles. We're going to be back with game 3 in just a second. Alright, we are back here for game 3. Looks like Gore has got anti-Germany, and Sir's also got anti-Germany. So another allies versus allies mirror. We are on Wetlands, which I've come to figure out is an I like bed map. Did not even realize that for the longest time. It looks very similar to the last map, honestly, except for there is one more old Eric right here in the exact center. But you're going to have that 2 mine start with that single, like, tertiary mine, secondary mine. You have a very safe double mine expansion here. Then it's going to be a double mine expansion in the corner and a single mine expansion more towards the middle. Looks like Sir's already got that one rifle coming out and an engineer to follow. Gore is just going for engineer first. Going to send his rifles straight to the center. So Sir is going to be 1 rifle short on the center, and that can make all the difference here. Although it looks like Gore is also sending 1 rifle off to a random spot, and we're trying to pick off an engineer as it comes across. Totally possible. Could be a great play right there. This map is like kind of like the last map, but like it's kind of like what I was saying, was like this is very obviously your first expansion. I mean, you could kind of expand this way first and just send this as like a backline expansion because it is so safe. That might be like a quick way, but I feel like majority of players are just going to send their first MCV over here or their expansion MCV over here just because it's a little bit closer. You know, you don't want to risk too much right here. Looks like Gore gets first blood right there. He's going to establish himself in the middle. I'm not sure Sir can do this. Yeah, he's going to lose more again. Maybe some fancy fire would be good. Oh, but some medics coming in now, and that 1 troop was about to die, so that's basically another free rifle. Looks like Sir does get 1 rifle for his trouble right there, but is going to get pushed back. That engineer is going to run away. The engineer for Gore is going to get that old Derek nice and safely as soon as he figures out how to get over there. Rifle trying to go in, find that engineer, did not find him. Instead, he found a rifle. So now Sir is a little bit on the back foot, which is some nice little positional play there from Sir, and I don't know what he's doing right now, but this civilian building needs to go. And goodbye. So that was a very bad civilian building. It had very bad guys in it. They were clearly supporting Gore, telling him of information to hold him exactly where those rifles were. Or pumping out some early rockets right here, which is kind of surprising. Both these guys doing War Factory first, I presume, and yes they are. Or not War Factory first. My apologies, I cannot talk. Double ref into War Factory. Although it looks like Sir's a little bit slower on getting that down. He's got like about 10 seconds ahead of Sir. So Gore is going to have a little bit of a nice advantage right there. I'm not sure what he's planning to do with these early rockets. Engineer is going to go into the Ranger, so maybe we're going to steal a cap there. Maybe just a little bit of light pressure onto this ore patch here, or maybe this ore patch. This one's probably a little bit harder to get to, since, you know, there's going to be some troops right there and a war factory to deal with. But I mean, I'm not sure it'd be worth it anyways. Just not on this map. The ore is a little bit too easy to protect. You know, a single pillbox killing 2 rockets would probably make a huge difference to this rolling army. Gore is going to get a great scout over here. Can he poke in on that rocket? No. There's quite a lot there, but maybe he could just sit out of range, use that vision advantage, since Ranger is just now coming out for Sir, so that's probably shut down as well. The only thing he could really do is try to steal this away, but I think Sir could definitely shut that down with his Ranger. Probably would cost him his Ranger, so maybe it'd be worth it. I'm not sure right there. Gore's going to get that SD out, and I assume this is going to be a MCV coming out. Indeed, it is an MCV coming straight out. A few rifle scouts going down here, and now the dance begins around the old Eric. Which side wants to try to kill it first? Which side wants to try to kill the army? I feel like if Sir tries to go in there, he's going to lose. There's a little bit more mass for Gore right there. But he's still dancing around. I was still thinking about it. Maybe an MC or a medium tank coming out first would be nice. You could push in through there. But again, over a single old Eric, probably not worth it unless you can kill a bunch of army with it. I do like that both these guys are continuously like poking and prodding. I do like that Sir does have these rifle scouts all over the place. Just makes it, like, you know, that much easier to figure out when your opponent expands. Again, like I talked about this last time, but like having him so you can see before the MCV gets there is great. MCV coming out here for Goremented. Ooh, And a very early radar on before the ref, so I'm not sure what that's going to be about, but it looks like we might see something spicy over here. Sir's going to get his MC out, going down to the bottom as I expected. Another rifle scout getting picked off. Looks like it was a Gore rifle scout. These two rifle scouts missing this one, unfortunately. Sir is probably going to eventually see that when the ref comes out. We have helipad coming out as well. That is very interesting. The Ranger Dance is going on to the middle as well. That's a super early radar on, basically a 4:30 radar or something like that. You know, basically almost when you expect a second MC to come out. Reminds me very much of a radar rush, but like there's a very, I think it was like a gatekeeper variant where you had SD and radar. Maybe it was an orb variant, I don't remember, but very like season 3-esque. You don't see a whole lot of that. Sir is now thinking about pushing out to the middle here, and he's bringing in his main MCV as well. So this could go very well for him. Gore is in a very precarious position here. His tanks are kind of in a bad position, but there's only one tank for Sir. I'm just not sure. Boulder is going to go down for free now that the side really wants to commit over that. And now Sir does see expansion there. Does he see the MCV? No, I think that was a little too far away. Ooh, and hello, artillery. And I see another artillery from the rally point over here. So that's what the early radar was for. And a Blackhawk going to come out right now. This could be absolutely brutal for Sir. Artillery already shoots and reveals itself, but that is a fantastic first shot. Wow. That is definitely going to change things up right now. 3k difference in army value, almost 4k now. Blackhawk in support too, so Sir is going to be in a lot of trouble right now. Gore does not have to engage hard into this, just soft little chips can be enough, and these artillery are going to have all the range, maybe even just force down this MCV to move away. Ooh, loses his ranger there, a little bit careless, and his artillery are taking some damage. I don't know, Sir's trying to hang around his MCV too much. I'm not sure how this is going to go for him. 3 artillery nestled in here is going to be pretty brutal if they can get some good shots. His armor's all focused on the bottom too, but Gore only has one tank left and it's down. I don't think Sir's going to be able to take this. Artillery is just too much. They're getting some fantastic shots in there. One artillery finally going down. Pillbox comes in, but it's just not enough. 2 more artillery still up. MCV is going to run out of dodge, but I don't think it's going to matter because that Blackhawk is going to kill it. It does go down. Harvester might actually go down too. It looks like that is going to get away. But oh man, Sir is in a bit of a problem, isn't he? It is 14 to 3k, so basically a 4-to-1 ratio. And Gore brings down MC as well, and is expanding over here in the top as well. So this is just going from bad to worse from Sir. Looks like Gore's brilliant strategy this time definitely paid off. That was not something you typically see, but you can totally see the value in an early radar like that. I mean, I don't sure how often Sir plays against something like this, so maybe that just throws him off, but looks like he's got 2-2 as well. He's got 1 artillery out here. Is it going to be enough? There's still 1 artillery for Gore as well. Artillery shots from Sir are not terrible. That one looks like it was pretty damn good right there, that's for sure, but I just don't think it's enough. MCV, the War Factory and the SD is going to go down here. Another artillery comes out, gets 1 shot. Pretty good shot, but it is going to go down. Oh, this artillery is going to go down as well. But I don't think it matters. Sir is in a very precarious position right here. No SD, no War Factory. Free engineer because why not? And there's still a bunch of stuff for Gore. Meanwhile, he has an expansion up here. He's also got a little outpost there as well. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very rough comeback for Sir if he even tries. But his main base is basically gone. Trying to get these harvesters out of dodge. Looks like they will get out of there, but man, these medics also healing up that army completely cannot be like overstated how important that is. Sir is relegated to this bottom corner, building up the pillbox line right here, but that could easily be bypassed. Or I'm sure there's some more artillery eventually coming. 4 medium tanks just down the middle over here. Yeah, this is Gore's game to lose, that's for sure. Blackhawk shooting some harvesters because why not? Well, running straight into these pillboxes with your tanks in the back could be a way to lose this game, but I actually still think Gore has too much numbers here. More pillboxes coming down. So far the tanks really haven't been engaged either, which is actually kind of important. Finally going to get engaged here, but there is a GG from Sir, so well played by Gore. I really loved this build right here. Thought he might have ran out of money, but man, those artillery were just absolutely brutal. Completely changed the game right there. I'm sure if I look at the army graph, you can just see exactly when that engagement happened. So that is going to be it for game 3, and we're going to be back for game 4 in just a second. Alright, we are back here for game 4. This time Sir got Ukraine and Gore got Germany. So will Gore tie it up and split the series 2-2, or will Sir take a 3-1? Not sure. It has definitely been an entertaining game. I feel like Sir looked really dominant in game 1. Game 2, Gore looks like he was trying to do something like fancy and it just didn't work out. In game 3, he definitely did something fancy and it definitely paid dividends for him there. Not sure if Sir is going to be able to deal with that or not, but we will have to see. We are on River Crossing, and again, I do not remember who this was. I should have looked it up. But Double Mind expand, Double Mind start. Just saying all the wrong words today. I really am. Single Mind back here, Double Mind, Single Mind, Double Mind in the corner. This game is not going to go on very long. I don't think I've ever seen a game go past like 12 minutes on this map. Even I think the Warrior cast was like a 10-minute game, and that was like quite a long game. Gore is running a lot of rifles up to the top. He's going to try to push this early, Derek. Does he have an engineer out at all? No, but he does have 2 medics, so trying something similar. Sir is running that engineer in, and it's going to be in the very front. He is going to... Oh, man, he's barely missing these rifles. Oh, this could go so bad for Sir. Gore's in a great position. Oh, loses 1 rifle. It's going to be very close. He gets the engineer before captures. Oh, no. It's gone from bad to worse for Sir again, and then now the medics are going to come in. Oh, but Gore is pushing a little bit too hard, too much. Right now he needs to rally his forces all together. It's a 4 stack of rifles versus an 8 stack. I think the 4 stack will lose that, even with the medic support right there. 2 more rifles coming in for Gore, but he has to be very careful because he's going to lose another one. And another one. Oh man, they're on move command as well. Yikes. I think with that, Sir needs to either push or Gore needs to run away. But either way, Gore is in a precarious position right there. He does have an engineer, captured his free power plant. Sir had to build a second engineer, which I think is the move on this map anyways. That is going to slow him down. Gore is going to be able to take this. He needs to be careful though. There might be a few rifles over there. Definitely should not try to engage this. You should try to secure his own oil deck first. Looks like that may be what he's doing. This engineer is very like alone in the middle though. That could be very dangerous. Looks like Gore is going to get lucky that there is no Sir rifle just chilling over here looking to snipe that lone engineer. Now he's steadying up his defenses here. I think he's got enough. Gore is a little bit thin right now, but an early vehicle could make all the difference, and Gore does have a war factory coming out, but Sir's already got his war factory out, so this time Gore a little bit slower on the draw. Oh, that engineer is going to live, trying to force fire, does not get it, and that is a bad scenario. Could capture this gap generator and sell it just for some extra money, because why not? But as of now, Sir is in a commanding position. His army value is 2,900. Destroyed loss is looking pretty bleak for Gore. It's not over just yet, but it is not looking good. SD already on the way for Sir. Gore just now focusing on that third ref. You see he is very far behind. It looks like a little bit too much of micro slowed him down. Light tank going to come out now. Is there some rockets for Sir? No, there is not. In fact, there is a flak. That is going to be a game changer if this happens the way I think it's going to. And by that, I mean this flak comes in and gets killed by the light tank, and then the light tank goes on a crushing spree, as light tanks tend to do. It could be absolutely brutal. There are some rockets finally coming out now, so that should not happen. This flak should not get caught by this light tank, but it is totally possible. Oh man, is the rifle going to come just out of vision over here? What a perfectly placed flak. So annoying. Gore was trying to get on the flank right there, and that flak just happened to have the perfect vision. Ooh, big chunk taken out of that light tank. Well, he's got to be very careful here. There's a lot of rifles for Gore. Doesn't want to lose those rockets, that's for sure, but I don't think Gore can really take that with the flak just kind of chilling in the back. As soon as the light tank goes down, he would definitely get rolled over. MCV is a full 20 seconds behind for Goremented. That is actually kind of brutal. In a game like this, on a map like this, that makes all the difference right there. Sir is going to be able to push that much quicker. Gore is going to be in a little bit of a pickle if Sir tries to play this very aggressive. If he drops his MCV right here and tries to push over here, I feel like that could spell bad news for Gore, because that is a very close base. You do not want to have your opponent being that close to your main base like that. Just makes for all sorts of trouble. They can do so much stuff and just apply so much pressure from many different angles when they are that close. Like this light tank is maybe trying to see which way Sir expanded, but Sir expanded to the left. This light tank is being very annoying trying to deal with that. I don't think flaks can actually probably outrun light tanks. From what I remember, they're like a little bit faster. The light tanks just do so much damage so quickly. Transfer harvester for Sir as well, leaving most of his army in the main. Gore pushes out to the left side, which is interesting. It's a single mine, so you typically don't want to. So it looks like this game might come to another base push, which I don't think went well for Gore in game 1, but it went pretty good for him in game 3, though it wasn't really much of a base push. It was more just two bases running into each other. Ooh, and a V2. So now Sir with the early radar at 540. Already got a V2 out. Do I see an airfield in the future? No, but I see a tech center. So this is like a tier 3 rush on this map. Did not expect that at all. What a crazy game this is going to be if it gets to tier 3. Core also building 2 true. I guess these guys are committed to building some high-tech units. If this game goes on that long, I'm not sure it will. I think both these players are kind of in a sore position right here. V2 did shoot its missile too. I'm sure Gore heard that, so that is going to cue him in that it is tier 3 coming. Ooh, and an IC at minute 6.5. Man, it's not even a Tesla rush. Kind of crazy. Gore is pushing in right now. I don't think he wants to. He's only got 2 medium tanks, and there's 2 V2s. Are they going to have some fantastic shots? Let's see. Those shots look very good to me. Yes, they are. Goodbye, your army. And Gore is going to run away. How much of that did it kill? A metric ton of units. And now Gore is in a world report. Sure, his tier 2s come out, but like Sir didn't lose a single thing there, I'm pretty sure. Army value is still similar somehow, but it looks like that's because Gore is split over here. He does not have enough to stop this. He has to rally everything over here. And of course there's a flak just slowing him down that much more. Loses his expansion ref. That is brutal. Probably going to lose a harvester as well. And now his tier 2 is going to be in trouble. Gore is going to run piecemeal into this as well. Unfortunately, I think Sir just outplayed him a little bit this game. V2 is still nestled in the back as well. Taking a big chunk out of that medium tank and getting a nice little hit there. Artillery coming in, but it's a little bit too late. Sir has quite a commanding army. Medium tank trying to get on top of the Z2s, but he should be able to save him. Artillery coming into melee range as well. Sir is going to properly rotate over, deal with that medium tank, and now Gore is going to be in a very tricky position. Doesn't have any ref, doesn't have any proper expansion really. He's going to try to build another ref here, but Sir has already wrestled away this one. Could be even pushing down here if he really wants to. And tier 3 has been out for quite a while. Nothing tier 3 unit S coming out, just that IC, which, you know, is already halfway done, which is kind of crazy, honestly. Minute left on that. Oh! Oh! Well, there was a tier 3 unit on the field. It was a demo truck, and I caught the tail end of it. And, yeah, that was brutal. I was so focused on the IC, I didn't even see the demo truck. I'm glad I caught at least a glimpse of it. But that is definitely going to seal Gore's fate right there. 3k versus 18k, basically. That is like a 6-to-1 ratio, or that is absolutely insane. That demo truck doing just enough damage too, I feel like. And I feel like Gore is going to be forced to throw in the towel right now. What a interesting game right there. Did not expect a demo truck at minute 8, but I mean, who really does? There is a GG from Goremented, so Sir dropping 1 game to Gore. That's pretty respectable, and it was a pretty good game by Gore. Fantastic little series. We're going to continue on with the Sir in Combined Arms as he takes on more Combined Arms players who hopefully are not hot and hyper. We'll have to see when we get there. And then after that, it's going to be more Sir, because we got a ton of games of Sir. And then eventually, we'll have somebody else. But that is going to be it for this week. And I'll see you all next time.